Hey guys, it is time to start making dinner. Of course, why wouldn't my dog start barking instantaneously? But let's give everyone a few minutes to come on. Just start getting yourself situated, get your stuff together and out. And if you're like me, I have to spread out everywhere. Hey Britt, glad to see you made it. Let's see. So go ahead and just get yourself everything situated and out that you're going to need, such as your rice that you're going to need, cucumbers, all of the fixings for the cucumber kimchi salad, everything that we did not use last night, basically. We're going to be throwing that all together. Now I'm going to do my rice in the rice cooker just because it's perfect every time without fail. So I'm going to go with that option. Peeler. I'm going to use my good old trusty cast iron. If you've seen my videos, you know that this is the thing. This is what I use for everything. So we're going to use that. So just get yourself together. Get all of your stuff out that you need. Get yourself situated. Go ahead and get your meat out of the fridge. So it's going to be ready. I've got my rice cooker out. So start with all of that goodness. Just get everything ready, prepped. Because this is going to go quick once we start. Now I got my green onions. Now, I measured everything out already because it makes my life so much easier. So I'm going with the jasmine rice. If you don't know this, you should rinse your rice every single time, unless it's one of those flavored ones. Rinse your rice. So start with that. You want to rinse it until it's clear. You want to get all that extra starch out because it's not doing you any good. And Becca agrees. Get your starch out. Now, I love the rice cooker because, yeah, I can set it and forget it, and it's going to be perfect every single time. It doesn't take up room on the stove. So my water, I'm going to add a little beef bouillon to this because I'm extra, and it's like that. So just a little bit. It's just going to give a little bit of extra flavor to that rice. You don't have to do this. If you want to add a little garlic to it, you can. I'm just going to go with a beef bouillon because this is a beef dish. Crazy concept. I keep this stuff on hand all the time because it's wonderful. So go ahead and get your rice going because that's literally going to take the longest out of everything we're doing here. Let's get this bad boy going. All right. The meat, we're going to use that last because it's going to go the quickest. So go ahead and peel your cucumbers. And we're just going to dice them up nice and small. If you've never had these before, they are the seedless kind. Just kind of weird, but I understand it because otherwise, honestly, cucumbers are half seed. Okay. So we're going to do this cucumber kimchi salad first so it can just set off to the side and all of the flavors can, become friendly, get to know each other, do what they're supposed to do, bring the deliciousness. And I guess I should have gotten a bowl to put all of this greatness in. This is the prep I was talking about that I clearly didn't do myself. All right. Okay. So we're just going to dice up the cucumber, start with dicing it up, and then you're going to do it a little bit smaller. But look at how much less seeds there are compared to a regular cucumber. So it's not totally seedless, but it's much more scaled back. So you're just gonna throw all of your cucumber pieces right in the bowl here. If you're just joining, start your rice. Make sure your rice is going. Now we're gonna chop up our 2 English cucumbers. We're gonna add all of our flavor juice to them. Flavor juice sounds so much better than marinade, right? I mean, for the most part, juice is better. This one, yeah, we just won't go there. We won't go into that rabbit hole. All right. So, chop up your cucumbers. If you want to start preheating your pan, you can, because we're going to use our trusty cast iron. And you know that takes a little bit of time to heat up. And as I always say, start with the naked pan. Don't put anything in this yet. No oil, no seasoning, no nothing. Start with the naked pan. So we're gonna warm up our pan. I am gonna start this at, I'm gonna go about 360 cast iron. So you know it's gonna keep that heat, which is what you want. It's gonna cook more evenly. So when I throw that cold meat in there, it's not gonna turn cold on me. It's gonna do what I want. It's gonna caramelize all those juices. Because you know that brown sugar that we put in that marinade, those pears, well, 1 pear that we put in the marinade, that's all been just soaking and getting to know each other, getting all friendly. And I don't know if you've smelt it yet. I know Brittany has, and it smells amazing. Don't cut your fingers while doing this, by the way. It totally gives a flavor you don't want, and it slows down the process. All right, so if you are just coming on, get your rice started. I have mine going in the rice cooker. Added a little beef bouillon in there because I am extra like that. I'm just doing a simple jasmine rice, nothing special. Follow the directions on the package. And now you're gonna chop up your cucumbers. Small, nothing like throwing them across the counter, nothing too big. Because what I typically do is actually throw this right on top of my beef once it's all cooked, and it adds an extra freshness. You can eat it, you know, separately. So yeah, you want them small. You're not eating, you know, sliced cucumbers here. Okay. My pan is warming up because my arm is warming up over here. So, rice is going. Cucumbers are chopped. We have our pan warming up. Our meat has been marinating. Okay. Cucumbers are done. So, once you have your cucumbers chopped up into smithereens, you're going to mince some garlic. All about the garlic. I like mincing it fresh because it makes it taste better. And maybe I get satisfaction out of smashing things. It could really go either way. Okay. So, now that we have our 2 English cucumbers, our 2 garlic cloves, we are going to take 1 teaspoon of our Korean chili sauce paste, whatever it is that you got, whatever it says, 1 teaspoon of this. 1 teaspoon rice wine vinegar, 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar, mine's over there, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. As I said before, I love toasted sesame oil because there's an extra richness to it. So we are going to add this greatness to our cucumbers. I just had everything measured out already because it makes sure I don't forget things, especially when I'm on video. How embarrassing is that? All right, so mix that up. Wow, that's not much sauce, but you don't need that much sauce. Look at that. Covers in so beautifully. Look. Make sure you get that garlic in there. Britt, you're gonna go ahead and take that sauce and just dump it on your cucumbers. The small one. Then you're going to, my pan is nice and warm because it's starting to smoke. All right, so we're gonna chop up our green onions real quick, right over the top. And we're gonna set this aside. See, I told you, once we got going, things were gonna go fast. And here we are. All right. Do this with a knife if you want, but scissors work. Okay, look at that, beautiful. We have our cucumber kimchi salad. Wonderful. Okay, set that aside. I'm gonna stir my rice because I added that bouillon to it and I don't want it all lumpy. Please. That's enough. Okay. All right, now we're gonna take this hot pan. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of sesame oil. I'm gonna get my meat, get a pan to put them in, a pan, a big plate. Where's the jabber, like? I'm gonna go with this big plate right here in front of you so you can see the deliciousness as it comes out. All right, and some tongs. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it where it is for now. All right, add a little bit of vegetable oil, a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of meat. It's just gonna go fast. We slice this thin for this reason. Don't overfill your pan. But this is another reason why we use the cast iron. It's going to keep that heat when we throw this meat in there. So we're just going a couple minutes here. Literally, it's like 2 minutes and then flip. If you like stuff really rare, you can go less. Whatever floats your boat. But yes, so once again, what's coming on? Your rice should be cooking. Your cucumber kimchi salad is ready. And we're cooking our meat. Now, remember you put all that brown sugar and those pears in that marinade, so it's going to caramelize so beautifully on not only the meat, but on your pan too, which is why we greased it very well. So we're not going for a crazy, cook on this. This is a quick, literally, it's a couple minutes. A minute and a half each side, 2 minutes if you're, really worried. And then check it. You can't see my caramelization just yet, but you will in a moment. Like, look at that. That's all that flavor juice we were talking about. Right there. I'm just going to give it a good stir. Break up anything that's already collected on the bottom. And take it out. You're going to feel like a hibachi chef here very quickly. So, remember your pan is already hot. This is why we let it warm up. It's already been greased and it's got stuff on it, so you don't want to leave it empty for long because all that flavor on the bottom will start smoking. It's also a very good arm workout. Okay, let that cook. Do its thing. Minute, 2. Let's flip. The longer you'll see how light this first batch is. Your first couple batches will be a little bit lighter in color. You'll have a little bit of caramelization on them. Once we get to the end, your pan is going to be so full of flavor that the pieces are going to be dark and just glorious. Okay, so let that, make sure you flip all the pieces. Let's pull that up while we cook them all. So, all the bubbling that's happening, that's your pan getting all the flavor. You can put the rest of everything away. I try to put things away in between as I'm doing it, just because, let's be honest, when we're done, we want to sit down and be done. Nothing more else. Nothing more. Don't give me anything else. Let me just sit down and be full and happy. Just enjoy it. The fruits of my labor. Okay. So now you're just a beef cooking machine. Just batching it out. Add more grease to your pan as you need to. I would do a little bit of a mix between the sesame oil and the vegetable oil. Sesame oil just gives a really, really good flavor. It feels like a really big piece of meat. Must have been at the end when I was tired. One more piece and then we'll let it cook as we clean up the rest of our mess in here. So, a lot of these ingredients I use all the time too. So it's something that I just go and invest and get them, and you get good ones, and you use them for multiple dishes. I use sesame oil all the time. Clearly I use a lot of rice wine vinegar. Sesame oil, yeah, I get it in a squirt bottle. It's like that. Buy them. They're great to have on hand because you can throw together one of these recipes so easily because you got everything. Just need a protein. Flip our meat because ew, overdone steak, not good. And if you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but I don't take it back either. Because no, shouldn't be a thing. Not really a big piece of meat. All right, let us let it cook. Rice should be steaming right away over there. Go ahead and give your cucumbers a nice little stir. Get that sauce and flavor juice going back up in there. Take out your done pieces of meat. And clearly I don't have a timer going here. I'm eyeballing it because we make this dish a lot. And so yeah, speaking of, I'm going to grab some sesame seeds too, so I can layer them in there. Alright, so let's take out the next batch of meat. Just Just gonna give a nice stir, get everything moving in there so anything that wants to come out can come out. Please don't stay in the dish. You can see all of that juice. Oh, that flavor. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave my big piece in here because my rogue big meat. Oops. Right. This induction cooktop, by the way, is fantastic. Usually it's used outside for cooking that may smoke up the house, but it's become quite useful for these videos. It's nice because it heats up so very nicely and very quick. And my cast iron is friendly with it. As you know, induction is not friendly with all pan types. It is very cast iron friendly. So let's give a little bit of sesame seeds to our meat in here, just so it's layered in. Otherwise, if you just do it over the top, the first person or the first two people that, you know, come to get some meat, get some sesame seeds. The rest of them, not for you, not for you. Okay, my big guy can come out now. So you're not doing a high temp cook on this because of the brown sugar, and if you've ever cooked, especially grilled with brown sugar before, you'll know that it will burn very quickly. And so something that goes from a nice caramelization turns to something pretty disgusting pretty quickly. So keep your heat low. This isn't a race, and plus it gives the sauce a nice time to enough time to really adhere to the meat instead of just burning to the bottom of the pan. So if you try to cook this too hot, that's what's going to happen. You're just going to burn it. It's going to smell bad. It probably won't taste good. You'll probably want to blame me for it, but it's not my fault because I'm telling you right now, keep your heat low. This is a low heat situation. Alright, my rice popped. Other good thing about the rice cooker, it tells me when it's done. Tell me everything in life did that. Alright, rice is done. Cucumber kimchi salad is done. Our meat is nearing done. Do you see how easy this meal is to put together? Seriously, the hardest part is this right here, getting this steam facial as you stand here and cook this meat. Literally the hardest part. And if, let's be honest, if the hardest part of your day is getting this steam facial over some deliciousness, you're doing okay, my friend. You're doing okay. So let's give this a nice, hey! I swear. These bitches. Alright. Let's take our meat out. Looks like I have a lot of meat here. Who is I planning on feeding? It just is never ending. Never ending. Good Lord. Spread it out. Don't overlap it. This is where that patience comes in. This is how the kitchen gets cleaned while I'm cooking, because otherwise, yeah, I get impatient. Alright. Sit there and do your thing. Do your thing. A little bit more green onions in my cucumber kimchi. I'm going to throw a little bit in the rice. So just a little green onions. These bad boys are very underrated. And, in case you did not know, if you take the root part, I don't have any to show you. But just the bottom white part, take that and put that in some water. It will regrow for you. You're welcome. If you put it in dirt, it will multiply for you. You're welcome. Yeah, life tips, life hacks, kitchen hacks. We've got it all. Okay, let's flip our meat. And this is totally based on how you like your meat cooked, clearly, and how thick it is. Because if you slice it really thick, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. If you slice it really thin, this is a very quick process. And that's another reason why when I have to slice meat, especially thin, I'll usually put it in the freezer for 10-15 minutes, depending on how big the meat is. And this way, it stays together a little bit better, so when you slice it, it's a nice, beautiful, clean, thin slice, which is what you want, instead of just hacking through it and it's all uneven and like my big fat piece that's in there. That's what happens. You get tired. Alright. Now you'll probably see chunks of your garlic in this. You're going to see chunks of the pear from your marinade. All hanging out, cooking up. See, that's why you marinate it, so everything can hang out and be friends. Get to know each other. Share secrets. That's how you get real deliciousness. Just throw some more meat in there. We'll add some more sesame seeds. Now, if you put up less meat than me, and we're smart, you now have the opportunity to start dishing yourself up. So you're going to take some of this beautiful rice that you made. You're going to take this beautiful cucumber kimchi. Now you can keep it all separate. Maybe you're one of those people that doesn't like your food touching. No judgment, no judgment. I'll smash it all together, I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be this beautiful bowl that you're going to see that I'm going to post a picture of. It's hopefully, it's usually his bowl. Because let's be honest, as a mom, our food never looks good. Ever. We get whatever's left over, we get the ugly piece, we get whatever's fallen apart, we get something that's had a bite taken out of it. And I say that with love because my kid's coming home tonight and I'm over the moon happy about it. However, our food as a mom never looks good. So all of those beautiful pictures that you always see me post of food, it's never of my food, it's usually of his food. It is very rarely that it's my food. It just works out that way. So this beautiful picture that will be posted, keep in mind it'll all be nice, you know, and presented nicely, layered, and all just beautiful. But before I eat it, I'm gonna smash it all together. I am gonna get all of those flavors touching. I want every single bite to have a little bit of everything. I want every single bite to have some of that rice, every single bite to have some of this beef, and that cucumber kimchi, which is another reason you made your cucumber bites small. That's so you can have one in every bite. Imagine trying to do a half a cucumber and some rice and this beef all in one bite. You would choke, which would probably be worse than you burning your dinner and blaming me because you couldn't follow directions. So, that being said, I hope you cut your cucumbers nice and small. eat this right now. Like, honestly, as I cook, not on camera, I taste a lot as I go. I'm not doing that right now, to be very considerate of you guys. So you don't have to watch me stuffing my face. The struggle is real. It's very real. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. And I don't know about you, but mine smells fantastic. And this steam facial that I'm getting is just, you know, gonna work wonders for my skin, right? So you're probably a much smarter person and cut up less meat than me, because I was thinking I have this mountain of meat here. So what I'm gonna do is dish up his so you get to see what this is supposed to look like. And yes, I do normally dish his food up, but it's for the simple fact that I can take pictures of it. Because honestly, if it's not something I plan to take pictures of, you can do it in damn self. Like, seriously, that's not necessary. And I'll even use real plates, not paper plates, because if you see my stories, you will know that I am team paper plate. Simple for the fact, I don't like doing dishes. And we're those, I can't say cool people, I'm gonna say stupid people. We're like, we don't use our dishwasher, we don't need it. I really like to have that dishwasher some days. Luckily, today's not so bad, right? Like, you didn't dirty every dish in your house making this meal. Well, at least you shouldn't have. If you did, you had some dirty dishes ahead of time. Because it's literally not that bad. These are always one that I miss. Alright, so, rice. Let's get some meat. See what I mean? If you don't do the seeds throughout. It's the top one that gets seeds, no others. Now, some of you, I'm sure, like weigh this and stuff. I'm not about that life right now. I'm about that hungry life. And he's definitely not weighing his, so by all means, do what you have to do. Take a look at this. You guys just made this. You did this. You did this. I'm so proud of you. Like, awesome job. So now, go enjoy that fantastic meal that you just made. Wait, I'm gonna pull right over here. Just. Once again, you don't have to have it touching if you don't want, but I'm team let it touch. You got your rice. You've got your beef. You have your cucumber kimchi. You just made dinner in like a half an hour. You made dinner, a homemade meal, in like 30 minutes. Probably quicker than I did because I've got a buttload of meat over here. I'm proud of you. I can't wait to see pictures of this wonderfulness that you guys rocked out. I can't wait to hear how delicious it was. Yeah, go enjoy it. Tell your friends. And send me some pictures of this stuff, man, because I'm excited. Good job, guys. Have a great night.